I'm the candidate for change in 2008. So don't change your channel. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'm here to take you on to brighter pastures.
You're independent, huh?
If I have to be.
I'll vote for you.
Welcome, UPTV Channel 6, 8 o'clock. You know what time it is. Either your remote ran out of batteries, you didn't get direct or dish TV, or you just enjoy watching large African-American men talk about sports.
Because you really can't say cable, because you got to have some cabal.
You got to
see us.
Got to have Bobby the Cable Guy. Fellas, Big Wayne, I'm going to turn to you real quick. Welcome back.
Hey, just what do you want me to do, Joe?
Hey,
just what do you want me to do?
I need somebody to tell the truth, man.
Just what do you want me to do? I'll do anything.
I just need somebody to tell the truth. Can you tell the truth tonight?
Just what do you want me to do?
He gonna tell it like it is.
Right, and we're gonna talk about that in a few seconds. That's my good trainer over there. That's my B12 and lidocaine man.
Hey, just what do you want me to do?
He gonna rub you down?
He gonna rub me down.
Hey. That's another show,
This is a family show here now. You know, kids are watching here. And speaking of kids, Big Kid Bundy.
Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm excellent, man.
Oh, excellent.
You know what?
Great week.
I know it's a great week, and that's why I'm turning to you, because I know you got your placard. Hold it up.
I told you, LSU. I told you before it started.
Yeah, okay. Amazing Crisco. You looked into your crystal ball and told us.
I mean, you said the Ducks with them costumes.
Well, speaking of Ducks and speaking of Tigers, let's go straight into it. The BCS Championship was held Monday night. And
Coach. I know what happened.
What happened?
We let them score 10 points, then we shut them down and played some football.
Okay. 38-24 LSU. I had humble pie all week, and after tonight I ain't eat no more because the stuff's nasty.
And you should be full of it.
Yeah.
you need to take you some Pepto-Bismol.
Right now I'm going to get some duct tape and wrap it around you for the next 58 minutes if you keep interrupting me when I'm talking to the good people.
I got that.
You know. So, LSU 38, Ohio State 24. As Big Bun said, Ohio State started off with a 10-0 lead early in the first quarter. Benny Wells with 65 yards. Came back on the next possession, got a field goal. Then the floodgates opened, and LSU scored 31 and answered the points and went on to, as I said earlier, 38-24 victory. I'm going to turn to Wayne because he hadn't had a chance to speak on this since he's not as excited. Man. Wayne, give me your opinion on the BCS Championship game.
The Rose Bowl?
I hope you ain't
next year.
I hope you ain't. Hey, speaking of that, we want to make sure you was all right. Are you all right?
Yeah, I was in the hospital last Friday.
I bet you were. It was a rough week over in the Turtle House.
Right. No, seriously though, Ohio State shot themselves in the foot, man. They had plenty of chances to get back in the game. You're down. Why are you rushing the punter when you're trying to get the ball back? You know, that was a big play of the game to me, the turning point of the game.
Okay.
You know, if they wouldn't have had the roughing the kicker, penalty, I think Ohio State would have really had a chance to stay in the game, but shot themselves in the foot and it was over from there.
Okay. Bun, I know you got a lot to say about this.
Oh, hey, SEC rules. 2 years in a row. Same team, been there twice. Same team. Start out the same results. They started out strong. Last year, Ted Ginn Jr. ran a touchdown. He jumped up in the end zone, broke his leg. This year, they let him score 10 points. And the next thing you know, a big bird come through and blocked the field goal. And then the route was on. When Ohio State woke up, they was down 14 points.
Game over, huh?
It wasn't over.
Well, let me ask you, do you truly believe that LSU was just that much better than Ohio State?
At skilled positions.
I don't know. I don't know about all that, man.
Oh, you know, what happened here, you talked about it earlier. Ohio State got away from the game plan. They was running, fast team.
I think that was a big there. They should have kept sticking Benny Wells down their throat. I mean,
they want to get fancy and pass.
Right. When you run that style of offense, you just got to take the 2 and 3 yards at a time and hope for a 65-yarder like in the first possession of the game. You know, so.
Well, I'll say this.
And in the fourth quarter, they pinned their ears back. Mr. Beckham woke up the next morning, he had to be sore.
That's why I think they should have kept running, in the beginning of the game to
They closed line in one
defense
time,
up.
he gave the ball up. I know he gave it up.
I'd have gave it up too if I got hit like that in my throat.
Somebody named Ali with
Right.
a big old gruff beard creeping down your back.
Bend you back like that, and then another dude come
Baby Glenn Dorsey.
hitting you in the head. I'm not getting concussed just over a shiny glass ball that I don't even get to keep. No.
You get to keep it.
But here's what I do believe on a serious note. Ohio State got away from the game plan. Wayne hit the nail on the head. When they went up 10-0, just run the ball. Run the ball,
Yep.
run the ball. You can't go, you have to run north and south.
They tried to win
on
that
teams
game
like
in the
this.
first quarter.
You
instead of-
cannot go lateral on a team with that type of speed. But if you notice when they ran between the tackles, Benny Wells got the 65-yard touchdown. Like Wayne said, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. That's Big Ten football.
Mm-hmm.
We're accustomed to that. And the old saying, big men don't get smaller, but fast men do get slower. They would have slowed down eventually if they kept hitting them in the mouth.
Yep.
But when the score went up 17-10 LSU, Ohio State panicked.
They panicked.
Right.
And once they panicked, the
was
floodgates
over.
open.
They still could have kept running the ball even then,
Game was over.
They went from playing Big Ten football to SEC football, and they don't have the administration to run SEC material.
Well, I'm glad you
What
brought
is SEC material? What, playing every bowl game at home?
I'm glad you brought that up, Wayne.
Huh?
Because that takes us in our next topic. Is the current format fair for the Big Ten? I mean, right now, if you look at it, the Big Ten went 3-5 in the bowl season. Only one Big Ten team played a game north of the Mason-Dixon line. I mean, this is like the Civil War. We got the Confederacy going against the Union. I mean, right now, Purdue played in the Motor City Bowl in Detroit. After that, Michigan played in Orlando, Florida. Wisconsin played in Tampa. We all know that Illinois had to go out west, play in Pasadena. And Ohio State played LSU in what you might as well say was a home game for the Baton Rouge Tigers.
What you said?
They got the same amount of tickets.
Let's
They got the
move
same
that
amount of
championship game to say, I don't know, Soldier Field.
Hey, I'm telling you.
What do you think will happen?
Cry what you want to.
Let's
Cry me a river.
Okay,
When
let's-
you had
let's
these
move
bowl
that- let's
games,
move that
they
so-
play
let's
them
move that
warm
game to
climates
Soldier Field.
for everybody.
Right now, okay, here's the thing. I
It's
agree
about
with
being
you.
in an environment, man.
If the
Being
bowl game's going to be played in a warm environment, it's for the pageantry, the programs, and it's more of a glorified exhibition, so to speak. But if you're trying to crown the national champion of your sport, you cannot allow the championship game to be played in the backyard of one of the teams that's playing it. It would be the same as if every year Duke or North Carolina hosted the NCAA championship game, and you had to go there and play them. I don't think
just
that's
put it
fair.
in Greensboro.
Come on, help me out here.
All right. Where do you want to play it at?
Anywhere but in the backyard. It
Let's
should
play it in Boise State.
that if that's not the backyard of the team that's playing,
That's fair.
that's fair is fair.
Man, who wants
Just
to play
like
in Boise State?
USC should not be allowed to play in the Rose Bowl if that's the game
The championship
for
game.
the championship. That championship
Playing in the
game,
Rose Bowl against Illinois, no big deal. It didn't
right?
really mean
It's
that.
an exhibition game,
Right.
But if it's
Championship game,
USC got to go to the Sugar Bowl.
it's somewhat like the deal when Kentucky stole the NCAA, basketball
back in '84?
tournament. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buddy, you know something about that, don't you? When
you talking
Illinois
about?
had to, you
Oh,
remember
when Illinois had to play Kentucky down
In
there?
a
the
tournament
Dickie Bill Phantom Foul?
Yeah, when he traveled, Rupp
Yeah.
Arena, '84.
yeah.
But we don't remember
Kentucky
that
paid
stuff.
for it.
Yeah, they paid. Well, the system changed after that.
You're right.
The system changed for it. You couldn't do that anymore. So, they shut them down. And I think right now, with the current format, if you're going to crown a team the national champion of sport, they should not be allowed to play in their backyard. But enough is enough about that. Next question on that. Do we need a playoff system in college football? People been crying about it all
perfect
these
example
years.
was this season.
This Big Wayne said this season, but we want to hear what you got. 328-8280. Stack Girls walk around here, running the romper room, getting everything handled. And she needs to sit on down and answer some phone call. Bundy gave her 8-call minimum.
Hey, that's New Year's resolution, Big Wayne.
Eight calls a night?
8 calls.
8-call New Year's.
Or she in trouble.
Right. Ain't no sitting over there eating junior mints or anything like that.
That's one.
Doing the phone's ringing now.
Kids don't count.
Right. Yeah, she did have some family members. Her Fab Five called last week, so trying to get that 8-call minimum. But like I said, man, playoff system, Bundy.
I think they do. Because like me and you talked about, they need to take the last 6, 7 bowl games.
The winners of all the BCS games.
And, make them your Final 4, Final 8, whatever you want to do. You got to be consistent with it, because one AA and Division 2, Division 3, they don't have no problem with it.
No.
With a problem. Ain't no bowl game. Only bowl game, Alonzo Stagg Bowl. That's for the championship.
There you go. I agree with you. Wayne, what do you think?
Let's do it. Wouldn't you like to see LSU play USC right now, or Georgia and USC? After all these BCS games are over with, those teams kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack.
Right.
Now let's see them go head to head. You're only talking about 3 or 4 extra games.
You're right. Get them kids ready for pros.
That's what they're there for anyway.
They play 17 weeks in the pros.
People don't want to hear it, but that's what they're there for anyway.
Yeah, they're majoring in football.
Like Zook made the comment this week about Mendenhall leaving to go pro. Well, you go to college to make money, and if it takes you 2-3 years or whatever, same thing. This is a preparation for what they're trying to do on the next level. So you might as well get them ready now.
Well, like I said, I've already got my system in place for how we can resolve this. Have the college season end the week before Thanksgiving. All conferences. Nobody gets to play a conference championship game. You take the top 8 teams at that point of the season, and you set up a 8-team playoff. The top 4 seeds will get the home game to start off. The losers of the first 4 games will automatically be slotted in the BCS game. The next week, you'll play the BCS semifinals. The loser of those 2 games will be slotted in the BCS bowl games, and then you take 2 at-large teams, put them in the bowl games, because the bowl games are nothing but exhibition. And then they'll have at least 2 to 3 weeks to prepare for the January 1st bowl game. And then the winners of the semifinal game will play on January 2nd at a neutral site to be determined. And that's how you can set up where you still keep your bowl game.
Well, I think you need to go talk to Miles Brand, man. That sounds pretty.
Well, can you repeat that?
You want me to repeat that? I'll repeat that.
Backwards.
I'm going to have Miles give you a call tomorrow.
Yeah, give me a call.
Y'all sit down and talk about that.
We're going to have to work something out, man, because,
that sounds like a winner to me.
I don't want to see this mess anymore. Teams sit out for 55 days.
That's ridiculous.
That would be like right now, the New England Patriots don't play another game until the Super Bowl.
And another thing to go along, when it all boils down to it, it's still dependent on people voting. You don't vote for a champion. Right. People voted for LSU and Ohio State to play each other, so
right.
Let them earn that right by playing and losing,
The only thing you should vote for is all-star teams.
Right.
Because did the top
voting for the 2 teams that play for a championship?
Because you made an excellent point. You brought up Division I AA.
Yeah.
Or what they call the Sub Bowl FCS, ABC.
MT 32 teams.
And did the top 2 teams that finished the regular season, did they make it to the championship?
Yeah.
Appalachian State was 1.
Yep. And they
played Delaware. Delaware number 2.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But what they have to do?
Hey, had to play there to get there.
They had to play their way through.
They had to, SIU was number 3 or something like that. They lost to Delaware.
In fact, the Final 4 was the 4.
But they had to play it out.
Yep.
But where were the games played at? They got to play those games because they earned the right during the regular season
to play them at home.
To play them at home. But the championship game was not played at home, and that's my point. That's the same thing they can do. Everybody keeps talking about money, but the bowl games are nothing but glorified exhibitions.
But it's about that dollar, though.
You can still make the money.
You can probably make more money with a playoff.
The system I just put out there, you can have your playoff and your bowl games. Because after you lose, okay, I'm out. I'm going to a bowl. I'm not playing for the championship, but I'm still going to a bowl.
Right.
As opposed to going to a bowl and then crying after you win your bowl game.
Because you won about 30 points.
I should have been in the championship game.
Right.
But we'll see what this caller thinks. 328-8280. Caller, tell us your name. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell it like it is.
This is Big Dave. I'm calling from Champaign.
What's going on?
I had a comment about the bowl system.
Go ahead.
I would feel like that playoff, like the one you laid out. It sounds good, but I don't think it would really work because, if you put 8 teams in, as long as you got these people out here who vote on the rankings, then they always go say, "Oh, this team should have been number 9," or this team got snubbed. I don't think it'll be the exact same thing, but it just will be like the teams that was ranked 9th, 10th, and 11th. Now
They still crying. I got you.
say, oh, we think this team could beat that team. You know, there'll still be controversy.
It's always going to be controversy. If you think back to the NCAA basketball system, they only used to have 32 teams. And remember all the good teams that were left out, and then they went to 48 teams, and now they're at the current format of 64. Right. You still got teams now with 64 teams complaining if they don't get in.
Right, and to go along with what you said, usually a team that's ranked like 9th or 10th, they're tooting along with 2 and 3 losses anyway, so they kind of eliminated themselves from the being in the top 8, which most of those teams are probably going to have 1 to 2 losses instead of 2 to 3 losses.
Yeah, if you think about it.
But just saying you got, that's another thing. You could be dependent on your record. Say you did lose three games, but you lost to all real good teams. And then you got somebody like Hawaii. You know how they kind of put them up there in the rankings, but
right.
they didn't play nobody. You know, it just seemed like it was
well,
right back to
what that would do is force teams to play a real schedule.
Right.
You know, it's going to make schools jump up to that level to say, okay, we can't play Idaho State every year. We're going to have to play somebody else.
But then in your conference, you got to play them.
Yeah, but on the flip side, though, a team like Hawaii ended up the regular season before they went to the BCS. They were only ranked 10th. So they still wouldn't have made it in the playoff system.
Exactly.
Because the strength of their schedule, like Wayne said, wasn't strong enough to get the computer ranking high enough. So even if you did have those 3 losses, Dave, if you played in the SEC or the Pac-10 or the Big Ten or the Big East, you still may have a chance to make it in that top 8. But we're still going to have controversy. The problem I have with it is that you can't talk or vote a champion. They have to be determined on the field. And until we get a new system,
doesn't determine
exactly.
that to me. You know,
They try.
Well, Dave, we appreciate you giving us a call, UPTV Channel 6.
Can I get one more comment?
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, don't forget that all this is all about money until they figure out how all that money can be made with that playoff.
that's what's taking so long.
I think that's a big holdup.
They want to do it.
Well, that's an excellent point, Dave. And like you said, everything revolves about that almighty dollar. So until we can figure out a way where they can still get paid and they can play it on the field, we'll still have this messed up format we got called the BCS. Just get the C out of there.
All right, man. You guys are doing good.
Appreciate it, Dave. Take care. Well,
You on the road tonight.
hey, man, I'm telling you, this BCS thing get me all fired up.
Do it, get you fired.
And, you know,
I see your ears getting red.
But I'm wearing my Jim Brown jersey, too.
Yeah.
You know, I feel a little militant right now. All I need is that little Kofi you be wearing.
Well, you get you one.
Where can I get one?
Look online. You can buy them online.
Got them on internet, jimbrown.com.
Jim Brown, he probably selling them, manufacturing them.
Yeah, he probably got a beat up car there too, though.
Yeah, get you a costume.
Well, hey, let's take it just like we did with Illinois season last week when Wayne was in the hospital on that orange and blue IV. Let's take the BCS season and box it up, put it away. We're done with it. Let's move on to funnier things. Roger the Dodger.
Roger Clemens.
Roger Clemens came out.
Joe. Now, Andy Pettit, all he guys that admit, dog, you caught me. You caught me.
If you didn't watch the news today,
Roger
you see
Clemens,
Marion
he's like,
Jones.
I ain't did nothing. Now, I don't care what you got, who you say, I ain't nothing.
So what you're saying is Roger Clemens is trying to protect a false image.
Oh yeah.
That's all it is.
And he kind of laid it out there this week by saying he don't care about the Hall of Fame because he know it's shot now.
Right.
So that's just like when
Mark McGuire got the same amount
that's
of
just
votes.
like when your mama, you messed up at school. Your mama said, you ain't going to skate land tonight. I ain't want to go no way.
Right.
No, well, you want to be out
go.
there getting your skate on.
But now you can't go, and now you sit at home crying. Why did I
I'm
just
out there skating. I know a girl
Why did I
about
just
that.
say I stole that candy?
Right.
If I just said it, I wouldn't be in trouble.
Right.
But that's Roger Clemens. He sat there, and like Bundy said, first he came out with a statement through his attorney. Then he put a statement on his website. Then he did an interview with Mike Wallace, who's about 750 years old. That didn't work. Then he came out with a press conference and tried to get mad and yell at everybody, thinking the louder you say it, the old saying, just because you say it loud don't make it right.
You're right.
And then, like Wayne said, he had took the recorder and recorded his phone.
That's what do you want me to do, man? You know what I took from that?
He want to
I
get up
took
and
care of
lie.
this dude for all these years, put money in his pockets, and the only thing Roger is saying to this dude is, "Why did you do me?" And his response was, "Well, what do you want me to do? My son is dying, man. I need them chips.
Right.
I'm not going to go to jail right now.
And
My son is dying.
And you know what it is?
What you want me to do?"
He basically was telling Roger, if you wrote your check like Barry Bonds wrote his check to his trainer early, let's just put it on the table now. Barry Bonds' trainer said 18 months in jail, ain't testified,
Ain't said a word. Walking the streets right now.
He's out there like Helen Keller.
Blind.
That's what he said when the feds asked him, did Barry Bonds use steroids?
That's why Michael Vick in jail.
Right. But what happened?
His check wasn't long.
Check right. He just gave him a link card. he gave out link cards. He didn't write no cashier's check. And now look what happened. In jail.
No.
Mary Jones. What happened with Mary Jones? Same.
And the judge told her, "Hey, you need to quit lying."
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna give you 6 months.
You
I
know-
mean, that's good. They gave her 6 months and 800 community hours.
Right.
She still got the little fangs on her teeth though.
No, she gonna get them fixed.
She gonna get them fixed.
She gonna get them fangs
Yeah,
fixed.
them girls in there ain't going to like that too well.
That's one good thing I was thinking about. Lucky she did take them steroids because she got 6 months of fighting ahead of her.
Right. Ain't
You know,
nobody gonna touch her.
why not?
She's too fast.
No, She was fast.
She's still fast.
No, she was fast when she was in
Man,
the
Big
room.
Baby ain't gonna catch her.
Okay, let her
Well, you
catch
can
in the
only run
laundry
so
room.
far in a 12 by 12.
Right, and when you in the laundry room and you fold the sheets, Big Baby and them come in there, push in that laundry cart.
Hey,
Got her. I'm just saying.
you keeping it real?
I'm just telling it like it is. That's the name of the show, UPTV, Channel 6.
That girl didn't appreciate that.
Oh,
Cable,
I'm
man.
just saying the kids watching the show.
They watch Family Guy.
right.
We can't even touch Family Guy.
Hey, you're right.
Come on now.
Oh, Hank Hill either.
Right. There you go. This ain't Fox. We about 2 levels below that.
UPTV.
UPTV. If we had a rating on our show, it'd be PG. And vulgar humor would be next to it. That's all. They ain't gonna worry about it, Stack Girl.
You're right.
But like I said, here's my other question though. What's the fuss about steroids? Will somebody really explain? I'm gonna turn to you first, Wayne. Can you explain me what's the big deal about using steroids?
Killing yourself.
They say you get an advantage, and
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay,
I
but
mean, I know it's harmful to your body, but
okay. But what's the fun? Okay? So you mess up your own body trying to make a couple extra dollars. What's the big deal?
you gain an advantage over someone else is just trying to do it the right way. I don't know.
How many people in sports are doing it the right way?
I don't know.
If here's
Tom
the,
Waddle did, and Mike Corbett.
all right, I'm gonna tell
They're doing the same thing we're doing right now.
they
Talking TV.
and selling cars. But I'm gonna turn to you and ask you this question.
All right.
Okay. If there were so many guys who weren't using steroids compared to the guys that were using steroids, wouldn't there be such an obvious advantage
Yeah.
on the athletic playing field? You'd have 2 or 3 guys hitting 700 home runs a game, and everybody else would be 5'9",
And then in
150
this Mitchell
pounds.
report, they came out with over 100 and some people. All of them dudes weren't all-stars.
You're right. But the thing
Some of
about
them
Joe,
didn't even hit
like
200.
what you talked about, I talked about, it's a fans game. Sports are fan. Don't nobody want to see a 1-0 ball game,
No.
or a safety to win a football game, or a hockey shootout. They want to see
as
some
much as we hate
high
to admit it,
power,
man. As much
some
as we
high
hate to
power
admit it,
offense.
when you go spend your money, you want to see that gladiator
Yes.
effect out there like the old days.
like the Roman gladiator.
Right, you know, there's a lot of people who get on TV and say, "Oh, no, that's not right," but deep
know-
down inside, you really don't care because Mark McGuire and Sammy Sosa sold out every stadium they went
Right.
to, and everybody they
And
know they was
another,
in
and
the
another
roads.
point is, I mean,
Look how many people was at the game when Barry Bonds broke
Yes.
the record in the
And, like,
in the
before
flash
the
was
game,
going off.
like baseball games, like I met people there. They batting practice.
Yeah.
You got people putting them out.
Just to see how far they can hit the ball.
God, yeah.
So, like you two just so eloquently stated, what's the fuss? Athletes are there to entertain us. We don't
Owners
care.
knew about baseball knew about this when they had to strike and they had to change the
Open the
game
floodgates.
around.
But wait a minute, it goes back far to that. But my point is this: athletes are there for entertainment.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket. I don't care when I go to a movie what the actor did to get himself ready for his role.
No, they just stuff.
Right, whatever he
50
done
grams down their face.
put in his nose, in his ear, up his mouth, whatever. But he's there to entertain me, or she's there to entertain me. It's the same thing with athletics. When we go to a football game, why do people scream and holler when you see a 250-pound man run like the wind and hit another 250-pound man, and then you see helmets fly off? Does anybody go,
wow,
Oh,
yeah,
listen, do that.
Does
The whole
anybody,
stadium jumps up and holler.
right, does anybody go, I wonder if that guy was on performance-enhancing drugs?
Don't
Not
nobody care.
fair.
That is
That's
not right.
not right. Oh, he should be out of the game because he used H. You don't care. It's the most hypocritical thing we're seeing today is all these people crying about steroids when, first of all, an average athlete go out and play 3 or 4 pickup games of basketball. If he don't take something, he ain't playing tomorrow.
Correct.
So what do you think these
better be
high-performance
some
athletes,
Bud Light.
high-performance athletes who make millions of dollars and want to make sure they keep making millions of dollars, and want to make sure they keep entertaining you, and want to make sure they can pay for that car and pay for that house and pay for them, them people.
Right.
You're going to do whatever you have to do to keep that job.
You're right.
So why, I still don't understand what the fuss is. But maybe there's somebody out there who really believes there's some integrity left in sports that'll
like-
call us at
it's like-
328-8280.
A guy I know from, down Kentucky, he told me he played for the Cleveland Browns. He hurt his knee, and the guy went in the training room, told him, said, look, if you get back out there and play, or somebody on the sideline want to take your spot. So what you going to do?
Shoot me up.
Shoot me right. I mean, like Michael Jordan, I hate to see Michael Jordan, he gets 60 years old.
What now?
What's wrong?
Oh, man. Ain't no time many cortisone shots he done took. Any basketball player.
But once again, he did that
To keep
performing.
performance.
So regardless of what people talk about with steroids and HGH and this, competitive disadvantage, they ain't put nobody in no competitive
If they
disadvantage.
didn't want anybody to use it, they would quit marketing it.
That's it. The athletes today are bigger, faster, and stronger, not only because of steroids and HGH, but there's so many other supplements and other performance enhancers
The thing
that you can take.
That's crazy about it is, like Marion Jones, she's going to go do 6 months, but Balco is still up and functioning.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Well, that's the world we live in. It's just like you can't smoke, but you ain't gonna see tobacco companies going out of business anytime soon.
Sure not.
So like I said, there's a lot of hypocrisy going on here. We had a good debate on the steroids issue, but we're talking. Tell it like it is. UPTV Channel 6. Give us a hit 328-8280. Big Dave started it off. Stat Girl got 1 down, 7 to go, and she's got 31 minutes.
If you love me, somebody.
Well, you got. No, the one to the control room don't count.
That don't count.
Yeah, it does. You didn't say it had to go to you.
Oh, now she put
Oh, not right.
Okay, all
You
right.
get technical.
Okay.
You
Where
get
your
technical.
agent at for you to be getting lippy like that? You need an agent to be,
Right. Remember, you non-union. There ain't like no stat girl
Hold on, hold on.
union.
We got a
Get
union?
educated.
We got a union?
Oh,
Oh, she's educated.
Well-
Hold on, Stat Girl, hold on.
you didn't know we had a union?
We'll holler at you after the show. We got to talk about your stuff.
See, you know what? That's what I always hate, man. New guy come on the job,
He won't take her
Still ain't got my
anything.
first check.
and he want the perks like
I've been on here
everybody.
since
yeah.
September, man.
Okay.
Where my check at?
It's in the mail.
It's in the mail, right? Didn't you
What
get
route did it take?
Well, we use Pony Express around here.
Okay.
When
It was stipulations on it.
when it
Illinois
positively,
Illinois had to win the Rose Bowl.
I live in
positively,
Champaign. I
absolutely.
live in Champaign, so what, it went east to get to me?
No, I went
Oh,
west.
wait a minute. Let me check your paperwork. Oh, I've got the wrong address. We'll have to get this application
Okay.
filled out again for you. Okay.
It's 2313 Addison.
Well, we're gonna move on from this steroid debate. We got one last question. Wayne, we were talking about this earlier, and this is less a sports issue than more of a moral issue. I'm coming to you first.
All right. Do.
Would you tell on your boy Bundy to stay out of jail?
No.
You wouldn't do it. Huh?
Nope.
So if you were Bryan McNamee and the feds come in.
I was just say,
Put
clarify that
heat
question.
Right. I'm gonna tell you, Bundy. If you're Bryan McNamee, the trainer for Roger Clemens,
Yes.
you've been there with him for 9 years. You know, you've worked out with him and got him in shape to do all of this stuff, and he's made you quite a few dollars. And now the feds come in. Mr. Green,
Yes.
can we talk to you for a second?
Sure.
And then they start throwing pictures on the table of you and stuff that you done did, and they just keep throwing them out. And they say, now, we're gonna leave a pad on the table here
With a pencil.
with a pencil, Mr. Green, and we're gonna leave the room. And when we come back, there should be some names on that pad of folks who've used steroids that you've worked with. Now, we're not gonna say any names, Roger Clemens, but you know, if you could just help us out, Roger Clemens. And when we come back, you don't have to be here, but that pad and that pencil should be there with the names we want. And then you can stay out of jail.
Plead the fifth.
You take the fifth.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have my report already in the Mitchell report. What I need to tell you again for?
Oh, okay. So you've been watching a lot of cop shows, huh?
Oh, man.
Hey, man, why you hassling me? Why you coming down on me, Kojak? Is that what you're saying? You gonna give that statement?
Yeah.
Two feds standing there.
Yep.
They got that unmarked car sitting out front.
Okay, what they got out front? They got a trench coat on with them toupees laid over to the side.
Don't matter, huh?
You got my statement.
Got my statement. Can't say no more.
Yeah.
Wayne, I turn to
Are
you
you
now.
free to let? Am I free to go now?
You're Bryan McNamee. Same question. Did you tell on your guy to stay out of jail?
Man, that one been doing the same crime. I mean, that's bogus. I'm a part of this crime just as well as he was. You know, I'm giving it to you.
It's not a crime.
It is a crime.
No,
If it wasn't a crime, they wouldn't be being going on their own, having to testify about it.
Oh, it's different.
Well, let me just.
What would you do?
Well, I'm going to tell them to look right in the camera and tell y'all.
Uh-oh.
You tell you the black cars pull up in front of my house, dude in trench coats with the funny toupees come
He
in.
gonna do some dry snitching.
And they-
What
they
I'm
say-
saying though, Joe, if we are part of the same crime, man. I mean, now, if I know you doing steroids, but I ain't never issued you none,
Right,
but they think I have and I ain't never did it, hold on, bro. We got something to talk about.
right.
They trying to send me to jail.
You got a
but,
timeout.
I told you that stuff wasn't no good for you.
Timeout.
Right.
He's sitting on the way.
I'm taking a 30. Let me tell you, I'm going to look right in the camera.
Hey, Bundy.
I'm not going to
Okay, I ain't got
Leavenworth
no more.
for one of y'all just because I was injecting you in the booty with some B12, a light of candy.
You wasn't just
And it was like,
ejecting, you was receiving a check for doing it.
Hey, I
You
don't
was
have
receiving a check for doing it, though.
I don't have the kind of money
He
that
gonna be
you-
like, show me the check. Then.
Show me right. It better be like on Publisher's Clear's house. You've already won. I need a big check before I'm not going to jail.
Okay,
I'm
that's
just letting
cool.
you know.
That's cool.
If my bank
I can
account,
respect that.
if I go to ATM or you know you can call your balance is
Okay, no, he ain't do that.
1,750,000. Good. Okay, I'll go to
Okay, I can understand that.
write the check though. But if you ain't wrote the check,
Oh, no.
I'll come to your trial
Go sit in the back with the glasses on.
crying.
Be like Nino Brown, it was him. Kareem Akbar.
Devin Turner, you going down. Well, speaking of going down, fighting the line, our basketball's going down.
How far there?
Illinois took on the Wisconsin Badgers last night. Game seen on ESPN last night. And what happened?
They lost.
They
Again.
lost again.
I hope didn't nobody cry in the huddle this time.
Well, I don't think they lost. They cried again. Illinois lost 70-60.
Sean Pugh about to blow his top.
Trevon Hughes scored 22 points. Calvin Brock scored 14 for Illinois and had a Frankenstein gash on his face from practice. Illinois did play the zone that we talked about earlier. And a funny thing, on the way to the basketball court, Wayne, what happened when they played the zone?
They got back in the game.
What?
They stopped Trayvon Hughes from going crazy.
It was an accident.
Oh, we within 3 points now. Let's go, Chester. You lock him up, and we're going to play man-to-man again. Up, 10-point lead again.
Bingo.
This dude is on the court solely because they say, what? He's a defensive player.
That's it.
Trayvon Hughes is a middle-of-the-tier Big Ten player.
Light
And
him
it-
up.
Jamar Butler from Ohio State.
Light
You know,
him
he's a
up.
good guard. You know,
And just
But he
wait
put
till
up-
Sunday.
Chester Frazier's supposed to be a top defensive. He was all defensive player last year.
Last year.
This
You're
dude
right,
put up
Mike.
34 points on them.
Yeah.
Well, Bundy, what did we say before the show? We talked about top scorers on the team.
Trent Meacham, Champaign Centennial. Mm-hmm. When he's your leading scorer, you're in trouble.
Well, we're going to stay out of trouble going back to the phone line, 328-8280. Call him. Tell him like it is.
Yeah, this is Jacob Better. Yeah, I just want to get y'all opinion on something. Where you think best ball team be if dude from Indiana with a can?
If Eric Gordon would
Right now?
if Eric Gordon would have came here instead of 8-8, Illinois would probably be 14-2.
Yeah, he'd beat Tennessee State by itself, Miami, Ohio by itself.
Interviewing the 7-foot freshman today on news, and he was like, well, he probably would have fit in and all that. You know.
Yeah.
Right, man.
All right, well, we appreciate you calling. Take care.
And that's a good point because you know what he's basically saying, it's all about recruiting. And if you're not recruiting, you're losing.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that one player is a Tennessee State. He'd have dropped 35 on them. They would have beat them. Miami of Ohio, they played too slow. They couldn't guard him. What's the other losses? Penn State, they couldn't guard him.
You lost to Penn State. You've lost to Wisconsin.
That
you've
one
lost
player
to-
makes the difference.
Right.
And it makes Pruitt and whoever else that much better.
Yeah, outside open
Look
up
at
the
DJ
inside.
White. I mean, DJ White was always decent, but
Yeah, man got 22 rebounds out there.
Right.
He is the Windex man.
Yeah. He is cleaning up the glass, and Illinois goes to Indiana on Sunday, 3 o'clock.
Boo.
Take it.
Boo. They gonna boo him.
Who gonna boo him?
Illinois.
Gonna boo who?
Number 23,
Who that?
Mr. Gordon.
It's only gonna be like 6 Illinois fans in the building.
Oh, that'd be more than that there.
Okay, 12.
It'd be more than that there.
a couple years ago it would have been more than that. You
Couple
talking about
right.
this year, man.
Oh,
we
they
talking
going. They
Yeah,
going.
they're gonna go over there. They better dress up like Hoosier fans, like they normally do, and then pull off the tops and had a little orange and blue on. But I like you said though, DJ White, Eric Gordon, the way Indiana's playing right now. Here's the other thing: Wisconsin was ranked 21st in the nation.
Yep. With big men.
with big fellas, seniors.
Suspect guards.
Yeah.
Now they ready to play a team with some top flight guards and
Yeah,
suspect
a team
inside.
that's guard heavy, and we got 0 guards, really. I mean,
Hey, you got some guards, man. You got some. Man, you got some. You
Boy.
have some guards.
yeah.
Don't count them down. Don't.
Well, Illinois is 0-3 in the Big
Get
Ten.
me talking about Illinois. It's
And
something
they,
wrong.
They go 0-4
We
after
will
Sunday.
Be calm.
So with this being said, they'll be, and we talked about this last week. I said that they'd be 8-9 after this
I
Sunday.
wish we had that tape said they're gonna win 23 games.
No,
Where
that
Patrick at? Because Patrick called us crazy.
and he was right. I was drinking
He
crazy.
said, where the points going to come from? Hey, Patrick, I'm still looking for him, bro.
Patrick, I'm sorry. I was drinking a lot of crazy juice that night when I said they win 23 games. But let's
They had
move
moral
forward.
victory. They had 60 points.
Well, let's talk about the moral victory and the fact that should they start the Fab Five?
We got
The Fab Five is what I mean is the freshmen that brought in Tisdale, Cole, Jordan, McNamee, and Davis. Right now you can write this year off, Illini fans. It's not going to get any better. You're playing for next year,
Hold on, they got a
so
third
you might as
tournament
well
now.
go ahead and
What's the third tournament?
the Hoops and East Lynn Holiday Classic.
They added a third tournament. They might not make the NIT, but
Man,
They might
They
think-
have a third
they might-
tournament. It's only for money.
yeah, they did it. Seriously, though, they did.
Yeah, they did. It's called the BET. That's the only third tournament I've heard of. Illinois might as well make some music videos.
I think
But
They did, bro.
should they
did.
start? But let me turn to you. Should they start the freshmen?
man,
Just
you
put
better,
them all out
you better
there.
shake it up like shake and bake. Do something.
Right.
That chicken ain't right no more.
Right. So you got to put something else on
You
it,
gotta
right?
put something else. Some
I mean, he runs that motion offense, which is geared
chicken
for
shack sauce, Scully sauce.
Right. Little Porgy sauce.
Got the KFC ain't kicking it
It
no
ain't
more.
working no more.
No.
The old favorite ain't working on.
No, you gotta
I mean,
change up. Grandma chicken or something.
Wayne, what would you do? Would you put the Fab Five out there as I'm calling? I mean, obviously they're not
You got
like the Fab Five, but you got 5 freshmen.
At least go away from your system. I mean, he's used to running that motion, which is geared for people
He don't
that
have
can
no
put the
other
ball in the
offense.
basket off
Right.
of jump shots. You got one jump shooter on this team, and if he's not hitting, we scoring 45 and 50 points.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe go to a high low with Tisdale and Pruitt. You know, Tisdale can hit the shot from outside every now and then. You just tweak your system a little bit or something. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
I
not a
say,
coach.
I say this: you may not put in all 5 freshmen, But at this point, the senior leadership that Illinois has been looking for from Randall and Pruitt just hasn't happened for whatever
It's
reason.
like 2 minutes
So
suspension for
at this point, I've talked about this on several occasions. Davis and Alexander at your wings, McNamee at your point. Bring Calvin
Play
Brock
Brock,
in there,
yeah.
and then also let Chester Frazier run the point. He's not going to score, but at least he's going to be able to handle the ball, create something on defense. And then on the defensive
Great
end,
point for the other
you know, we're not going to play man-to-man, though. We're going to play.
Okay, yeah, okay.
We're going
we did
to-
say we're going to tweak the system.
We're going to tweak the
Right.
system, play a 1-3-1 zone, and just let him chase out there on the point. Does it bring you
They
some
chasing
victories?
playing man-to-man anyway.
Maybe not, but what it does is start preparing the guys for next year because, you know, take your pen, put a signature on it, season's done. But on the flip side, hey, man, you know, I run old system, boy. I do like old, let me roll it up.
Booty.
John Wooden, you know how John Wooden used to sit over there and
With the
just-
program?
with the program, just hold it the whole game, and just sit there and he point, then point. That's all he used to do.
He won a whole lot of games pointing.
Exactly. Then he had a whole lot of horses.
I was going to say, hell, we won a whole lot of games because of recruiting. That's the college sports is all about recruiting, man.
Yeah.
It's all about recruiting.
Now, obviously, next year Illinois got Stan Simpson coming in. Jamar Smith will be back. Alex Legion transferred from Kentucky. So you got 3 additions there. And then you got Bertrand, you got Paul, and you got the boy coming from Peoria. What's Richardson?
Hold on,
You know.
man. You got too many names right there. Somebody, who gonna sit out?
Oh,
Oh, they ain't coming to 2 years from now.
right. You know,
Oh man,
They gotta take the ACT, man.
I don't even know if
man,
Bruce will
you
be
talking-
around 2 years from now. Let's keep it up.
You don't even, yeah. How can you commit to a school as a freshman in high school? Man, you ain't even grown yet. You ain't even went to your first homecoming dance.
what?
Damon Bailey did it.
Who?
Damon Bailey, see?
Where he at?
You know what I'm saying? He committed to the IU in the 8th grade.
There you go.
But he was the real deal though.
Well, these other guys
These
are-
dudes might not be the real
These other
deal.
guys are the real
But
deal.
we never
too.
know, will we?
But here's what I will say, man. The guys that are coming in, the future is bright for Illinois. This is just a bump in the road. Duke went through this a couple years ago. Kentucky's going through this right now.
St. Louis went through it last night.
Oh, my goodness.
So you're talking about the
You know what I'm
landscape of college basketball has changed. There are more guys playing basketball than ever. Illinois will be back in the next couple of years. So Illini fans, be patient. But speaking on a positive note for Illinois fans, the women's team, they just beat the #1 team in the conference, Minnesota, last night at the
Kudos.
Assembly Hall, and they won 66-57. Now, Jenna Smith,
She's on fire.
She might be player of the year for
horse.
Big Ten so
Oh,
far.
she's got to be the player of the year.
Could be All-American.
Big Ten right
Yeah.
now. And Coach Law, we had her on the show earlier this year.
How
and
many
she talked
games she
about
lost
herself.
since she come on the show? Yeah, maybe we rub some good luck on her. What, maybe two?
Oh, they lost 2 in the Big Ten. They've
They
lost
to
5.
Penn State and
Overall.
Indiana. I think.
So they're 11-5 right now. But, you know, my thing, the question for Illinois women, the way they're already playing just with her infusion of her new system, how
Not with her
soon,
players.
how soon before Illinois becomes a national power? Wayne,
Couple years.
you say 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, I give
Well,
her 2 years.
I mean, 2 years from now, Jenna Smith will be a senior, and Law will have. I mean, she's had the track record of being a great recruiter, so she's going to get some All-Americans in here. So a year or two, you know, I can see them being at the top of the Big Ten.
Yeah. Well, Rebecca Harris dropped 23 last night, and Jenna Smith dropped 20. So you got 43 of the 66 points come from 2 players right there. So like Wayne said, get some more players in here.
Right.
Bundy, what do you think?
I give her 2 years. I mean, and then you have, you know, the local people. They not buying into it yet. You know, they saying it's a fluke. Get out there and support them fighting line out women. I mean, you support the men. If you put 16,000 for the men, and you know they're gonna lose, let's put 5. I put 5,000 for the women, but you don't know what's gonna happen.
Change.
Right.
That's all going to change when they, you know, last week of the season.
Oh
They
yeah,
fighting
that-
for the, you know, top
Oh
spot
yeah,
in the
then
Big
everybody
Ten.
want to buy
Now
tickets.
everybody be like, I knew about
If I was wrong, goes that jack ticket price up there.
Right.
Instead of
get 'em for
$2,
free
it'd be
now.
$20.
I gave my kids 5 tickets last night. Got them from work. Price tag only said 0. And they still didn't have anybody in the game. They was giving away tickets.
Well, I know this. If they keep going the way they're going right now, they're going to qualify for the NCAAs this year, without a doubt. And like Wayne and Bundy said, I think they'll definitely be a national contender in about 2 years because her system has already come in and it's infectious. It's already come through the team, and they're playing some great basketball.
And as you know, women's college basketball, it's all about who has the best player.
Right.
Tennessee had Shamika Holdsclaw for 3-4 years. They won it.
Right.
Yep.
Then it went to Gino Auriemma and Taurasi.
Yep.
Now it's back to Candace Parker. All you need is that one dominant player and a good, decent team around you. And Gillette Law is capable of getting that dominant player.
Because to me personally, I went to the Oklahoma-Illinois game. They was 3 minutes from beating Oklahoma. They had a
Which
little
is a national power.
3 minute span where they had a little letdown.
Well, speaking of letdowns, you can't have a letdown this weekend. We're going into the Final 8 NFL playoffs, divisional playoffs. We're going to talk about who's going to do what, who's
T.O.
strong,
said,
who's weak,
T.O.
who's all
said,
that.
I see you Sunday.
Yeah, he will. Stat Girl,
all his teeth.
you're about, 5 calls away. We got 15 minutes left in the show. Give us a hit,
And she got the look on
328-8280.
her face like, yeah, right.
You keep counting that service call.
And the wrong number. That counts.
Wow.
How about when Pizza called here? Did that one count too?
If they call.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Wow. Uh-oh. Joe Clark.
Batman.
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman. But talking about the NFL,
Big games, big games.
the strongest, who's going to be the strongest team this weekend? You know, we know the Patriots are undefeated coming out of the regular season. But going into this weekend, I'm going to turn to Bun first.
Tell it like it is.
Tell me who the strongest of the 8 remaining teams
Who's
is.
the strongest?
Who's the strongest?
I would say Jacksonville.
Wow.
If I'm to tell it like it is, if New England was to lose a game, it would be to Jacksonville this week.
Yeah.
If they get past Jacksonville, write them in the Super Bowl, put the name, grade the name on the trophy.
Well, Bunny,
Because
we don't agree on nothing.
They got the upper hand
But I think I
on
agree
San
with you.
Diego. And,
But why
and
would you say?
Indianapolis.
But why would you say that Jacksonville is the strongest team?
Because Jacksonville coming in, they gonna play smash mouth defense. All right, we already know they played against 2 teams earlier. Smash mouth defense. They came through at the end,
Put a little
but they
pressure on Brady.
didn't have no running game.
Okay.
Right.
Here he is. You got Maurice Jones-Drew, which is 4'11", and Fred Taylor, which is 65. These 2 guys, it's a 1-2 punch.
Putting up
And David
yardage.
Gerard, I mean, he's a lineman himself.
Yeah.
Putting up yards.
He's the extra end or left tackle.
They're capable of keeping the ball away from Brady now.
Yes, they play. Jacksonville play small ball.
So who's the strongest team to you, Wayne?
I mean, I'd be crazy not to say New England, but I don't know how this is found, but I can see Jacksonville beating them, but until somebody do.
Say New England.
Right.
Well, on the flip side, coming back to you, Wayne, who's the weakest team of the 8 that's left in the playoffs right now? You got the Colts, Chargers. We talk Jaguars, Patriots, Seahawks, Packers, and the Giants and the Cowboys. Out of those 8,
I'm going to say Packers.
say the Packers is the weakest.
Even though they playing with a lot of people who haven't even sniffed the playoffs.
Okay.
You know why we saying that.
Well, what do you think, Bud?
Come on, man. What?
Seattle.
Tell me,
Seattle in the
keep it
cup.
real, brother.
Seattle in the Cupcake League. All right, we talked about last week, Cupcake Leagues. Tampa Bay played the Cupcake League. What happened?
Giants got him.
All right, Seattle got lucky against Washington.
So do Washington play in the Cupcake division?
No,
And what happened?
Three out of 4 made the playoffs.
Okay, and what happened to Washington?
What? They
Got smashed.
That missed field goal.
Man, they got smashed. Stop it.
Mr. Brown gonna have them hot
Come
pants
on,
on,
man.
and he gonna go up there. Tampa Bay. Green Bay, and get smashed.
So you're saying Seattle, you're saying Green Bay, those are 2 weakest teams. Well, let's go straight to the games and figure out what's going to happen. We're going to start first with the first game. You just talked about the 2 weakest teams. Seattle goes to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Brett Favre, 67 years old.
What have you
got his
done in the
AARP,
playoffs since 96, Joe?
card.
He's 0-2.
You got Seattle and Matt Hasselbeck. Now, last time they went there,
gonna win.
Hasselbeck said, we're going to take the football. We're going to score.
And what happened?
He threw the ball away. That's what
That
happened.
dude ain't there no more, though.
Right. Oh, okay.
Al Harris ain't there.
Yeah, he ain't there no more.
Oh, Harris is
It
there.
was McKenzie.
Oh yeah, McKinnon. Excuse
Yeah.
me, sir. Sorry about
So
that.
he's still there.
They both had the braids. I can see where you get confused.
Well, we ain't going to get confused in these phone lines, 328-8280. Caller, Last 10 minutes, tell it like it is.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing great.
All right, this is Anthony Miles, Pee-wee All-Star.
Hey, what's up? That's the juice box guy.
Right. He was All-American Pee Wee football player. How you feeling, Anthony?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. How about you guys?
Doing good, man.
Okay, well, I heard you guys going pretty hard on Clemens. What happened? Innocent to proven guilty. This is America, isn't it?
That only works in a court of law. In a court of public opinion, if we say you're guilty, you're guilty.
Hold on, I mean, okay, what's your opinion on Barry Bonds then?
Come on, look at him. We all know he did it.
All right.
Okay, wait a minute. Anthony, you said, come on, look at him, you know he did it.
So Clemens the same size as he was 15 years ago?
Excuse me?
Clemens the same size as he was 15 years ago? He don't look a little buffer to you? He didn't get a little stronger at the end of his career?
He works a little harder than Bonds.
Oh, wow.
He puts more into it than Bonds. And Bonds is all about the show. He's all about, he's the Hall of Fame. That's all. He's just too much show.
You seen 2 clips of Robert Clemens working out. The same 2 clips is the same tape every time.
And he's doing a football drill.
Right. So to say that he works out harder than Bonds, we don't know that, man.
That's one thing. We can't take anything from Clemens. Clemens, he's just a dedicated player. And
Oh, my goodness.
I just think Bonds is, we look at him, he's full of steroids.
Well, I tell you what, Anthony, you keep them juice box flowing because you full of something right now. Because you talking about Bonds is basically a juiced up player, and Clemens has the work ethic of a god. I'm telling you right now, if you go back and look at Clemens' stats,
When he was in Toronto.
When the Red Sox cut him loose, he was a losing pitcher. He was 10-14 when he was at Toronto. He was 6-6. He was 6-6 in Toronto, and when he met Bryan McNamee, he won 14 games in a row from that point. Now you talk about work ethic all you want. I'm talking about work ethic and this little turn around, pull your pants down,
Stick it out.
boop. That's what he got. Well, we appreciate you calling us. You hit us next time, Juice Box guy. Tell it like it is. Take care.
That just goes to show you right there. I mean,
Perception.
That's his opinion.
What?
Guy.
Okay.
Let's talk about
Box
what
opinion.
that's Juice Box
that's
call
what I'm
here.
saying is they crucified Barry Bonds for the same thing.
Yeah.
For the same reason. His head got bigger. His chest got bigger.
But you got to
They ain't
remember
talking about Barry
Clemens look like a
Bonds
bodybuilder too.
No, the reason why I talk about Barry Bonds is because the floodgates open, and as I said earlier, everybody's using it.
They like, man, we done started something.
Something, right.
Right.
If you'd have left Bonds alone, you'd have been all right, but you didn't. But let's get back to the football game. Packers, Seahawks,
Packers.
Wayne,
23-3.
23-3.
Wow, I'm going with the Hawks.
Wow.
Because Brett Favre has done nothing but throw interceptions in the playoffs ever since 1996.
Okay.
Okay.
Nothing but interceptions.
All right.
Give me a score.
24-10.
24-10. Big Wayne. Let's move to the other side of that game, which is the big one, I think. Jaguars go to Foxborough to take on the undefeated 16-0 New England Patriots, which if they don't win this game, Albert, I'm going to hear your phone, your mouth, buy me dinner.
Yeah, you do. You will.
Wayne, what's going to happen?
Patriots 28. Jags 14.
Wow.
All right. But,
Hey, tell it like it is. Jacksonville.
Ooh.
24.
oh,
New England 21.
Bundy.
Scobie hits a
I mean,
field goal.
okay. It's not far-fetched, but if they're going to lose, you're going to have to give Jacksonville more points than that because
Oh,
they're not going to hold New England.
Man, their front four is dangerous.
Well, I'll say this. Check the weather report on that particular
Supposed to be
game.
nice. Supposed to be nice. Real
It's
nice.
gonna be nice. Nice. Ooh, well, if it's nice, New England. If it ain't nice, it'll be close.
Right.
But if it's nice, like you said it's gonna be, I heard it's supposed to be 55 degrees in Foxborough.
Oh, man,
Man.
nice. That's Tampa Bay. That's Jacksonville weather.
Watch Randy Moss go deep for the fourth score. And here's why I say that. Ben Roethlisberger is not even on par with Tom Brady. And Hines Ward, as good as he is, he'd be the third receiver on the Patriots.
Yeah.
New England. I like Jacksonville, but if the weather's nice, like he said, move forward.
Nice.
Now Sunday. Here's the thing. The defending Super Bowl champion. We've been talking about New England.
Right.
Who was the defending Super Bowl champion?
Colts.
The Indianapolis Colts.
No,
I almost said Baltimore.
You almost showed your age.
I did show my age.
Right.
You know, I'm sitting up in this old hot throwback. I think this is the original
Burt
jersey.
Jones, Leon Washington.
Right. You know, I used to watch them games back in the day when they used to play an old hard field and never could beat the
Memorial Field.
Memorial Field and Oakland Raiders. They could never beat them. Never beat them. But I'll go to you first, Bun. San Diego against the Colts. What do you got?
Hey, it depends on Mr. Gates. If Mr. Gates play, it'll be close. If Mr. Gates don't play, Colts gonna get the best of them. Marvin Harris is supposed to be back. So
Okay.
if I would say Indianapolis 38-21.
All right, you got 38-21. I got a call on the line. Caller, what do you say about Indianapolis going against San Diego?
I got Indianapolis, man. But I got another question. I mean, we talk about Indianapolis saying beat Jacksonville twice. Why ain't nobody getting Indianapolis a chance against New England?
Well, I guess they got to get there first, and if they get past San Diego, we will find out in a week. I believe Indianapolis will go back to the Super Bowl,
I believe.
but we won't know until
one
next
reason.
week. What do you think?
They got to go back to Foxborough if it happens.
Yeah, they do, but if it's nice, what's nice?
It might not be nice.
Caller, appreciate your call. Tell it like it is. What do you think, Wayne? Chargers and Colts.
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 31-17, no Gates. Gates won't be effective even if he do play, so.
Okay.
31-17.
31-17. Last game, Cowboys, Giants. Tony Romeo.
What about them? Come on, man. The man can't go on vacation.
Yeah, he can go on vacation, but let's not go on vacation just yet. We got 2 minutes left in the show. Tell me what's going to happen with the Giants. You sitting over here looking like Norm Van Brocklin or somebody.
Right.
Frank Gifford. Is that Frank Gifford's old jersey?
Oh, yeah. Throwback.
Yeah. Throwback, Eli Manning thrown out. Tell me what's going to happen.
Eli Manning ain't going to throw it out. The New York Giants are going to the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, they got charter flight.
They
that'll
will
get them to
participate.
Arizona.
They will participate in the Super Bowl.
The punt, pass, and kick competition.
Nope.
They're going to be pushing the floats out on field.
Giants 28, Cowboys 14.
Giants 28, Cowboys.
Remember that slick ball last year? It's his first game since that slick ball.
Okay. Wayne, what do you think?
Whoo-wee.
He said 14 Giants.
21-17, Giants.
21-17.
Yeah.
Giants.
Well, I'll say this right now.
Pressure on Romo.
I'll say this, and I'll say this quick because we only got a minute left. If Jessica Simpson is still in that steam trunk in the basement of Jerry Jones' mansion right now, then Tony Romo is going to have a great day. But if she pops up in that stadium anywhere and he look up there and see her,
But people don't fail to realize
Jessica matter. It's
People
all
fail to
about
realize
straight
Jessica
hand.
been there 3 more times when the Cowboys won, but it wasn't an issue.
well, I didn't see it. So
All right.
yeah, it's not an issue.
Let's finish it up.
Well, we're going to finish it up. Like I said, we've done a great job here. UPTV Channel 6, tell it like it is. Stat Girl,
You didn't make it.
you didn't make
I
it.
actually did. I didn't let a call come through because it's too late.
I seen her. I seen her.
Okay, you saw her.
No, with like the NBA game.
Don't matter.
She got the wrong stat that don't
Got
count.
wrong. Well, I'll tell you-
further review.
We'll put further review. Jason and John, once again, fantastic job in the back. They're the one that they sit in the back, but they make this thing happen out
We
front.
had a studio audience tonight too. Oh man.
Right. Well, Big Wayne, we appreciate you bringing them. Bundy, we appreciate you bringing them. Good night, everybody. Hey, Dad. Man, when you,
It was so funny, bro. He did not start until that camera got on, man.
Right. And he was
chilling.
He was like this. He was on his game, and then he